Man, got around. OG7 back here. And unfortunately, guys, there's going to be no stories of victory and glory as I've been dealing with medical appointments for my mom, dude. And when you take care of elderly people, sometimes the doctors give them medication that one medication overrides another, or it's called a contraindication. Uh, it makes them sick or worse than the previous medications they were taking, or they just don't mix well, dude. So been going all day on medical appointments and stuff, and looking after my mom and stuff. Man, it made me very philosophical, meaning that I just think about what's important in life, man. I think the number one thing is to take care of those who take care of you. And I had a conversation with my cousin the other day. I've had a lot of family members come over and visit my mom because, just so you guys know, I'm not the oldest in my family, but I'm the oldest in my immediate family. I'm the oldest brother of three and a sister, but I have cousins that are older, from aunts and uncles and stuff. But in my family, I'm the oldest, so I'm now the patriarch. And so when I come home, things come home to roost. A lot of people didn't do what I felt was necessary to look after my mom. And now that I'm here, maybe they didn't have the aptitude or the forethought or the worldly knowledge. I'm very cosmopolitan, and I'm being transparent with you guys. Yeah, sometimes I used a lot of profanity. I say dude and bro and vato and wood and all that, but I'm trying to give you prison vernacular. But now I'm talking to you in my standard business voice, using standard English and enunciating properly. And I can see now it's just very chaotic, man. It's a lot to deal with when you deal with an elderly parent who has a mate who's in a bad predicament in a convalescent home, right? Waiting to die, right? I don't know if you called it geriatric home. I don't know what the name of the place is. A hospice. I don't know the name. But anyway, there's just a lot of medications and medical appointments, phone calls, appointments, inspectors, people looking at finances. It's just a lot, man. And so it's taking its toll. But I became very philosophical. So the title of today's video, man, is going to really help for me to reach back to you youngsters, because I used to be mad, and then I was sad about you guys being raised by single moms, and then I was frustrated. But now I'm just I feel sorry for you guys, and so I'm going to do my part. I'm going to pay forward into the universe. I'm going to tell you some things that will hopefully scare you straight, and take it from an OG, a person who has no reason to lie to you, to help you look at your life and to go from that path to the straight and narrow. Because if you're headed down that path, it's the path of destruction. So without further ado, the topic of today's video is the 7 most dangerous things in maximum security prison no one is telling young boys about, man. And this is not a joke. This is not a myth. This is not a fantasy. This is not some fucking fairy tale. This is reality. So I'm going to go in reverse order. Number 7, man, is the government of the United States, dude. You can just Google, you youngsters who are on your smartphones, and I'm not going to get emotional because you guys click and you run away like a little puppy, like a little kitty cat. So I'm going to use a nice business voice for you, take the bass out of it for you, and talk really nice like when I used to go into office. Golly gee, good morning. How are you guys? Let's look at the quarterly reports. Talk to you youngsters like that because you're a soft generation, I understand. But the government, just Google it, man. What is the country that has the most people incarcerated? Just put it into Google, or Dogpile, or DuckDuckGo, whatever search engine you want. The United States is number 1, dude. And here's why, dude. When they abolished slavery, and I just want you guys to know, slavery wasn't just about African Americans. There's been Irish slaves, Chinese slaves, dude. Slaves all throughout the history of America. It's just African Americans was the largest population because the Indians didn't survive through slavery. But there's been all kind of slaves. So the United States government writes all these rules and laws. So what they can do, man, the laws are made for poor people to go to prison. The United States has a caste system, dude. The rich and powerful, let's just say the 1%, let's call them the Illuminati or the Illuminated. I'm not going to get into what their race or nationality is, or what people say that they are, that they're inbred or whatever. I don't care about that. I'm telling you, there's a 1% that run the 10%, and the 10% run the 20%. and the 20% run the rest of us. I'm part of the 80%. They run us. How do you know? Because if you have a job or you have your own business and you're not a multi-billionaire, you're part of the working class. You're part of the poor people. Even if you may be rich, you may be a millionaire or 2 million, or I got buddies that are 10 millionaires. Dude, if you're not in the billionaires, bro, you like Oprah and Jay-Z and them cats, you're not part of the good old boys club. So the government, they make laws specifically to send poor people to prison because now it's modern day slavery. They had to abolish slavery. And for those of you who are watching from a foreign country, like my girlfriend Yoni and other people that I know around the world, my valued subscribers, they abolished slavery with the Civil War. The Civil War in America, that's what it was about. Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves in the North, and that's why slaves were going with Terry husband to get to the North to fight against the white dudes in the South who had slaves, the Confederates, right? Do your history. So once they abolished it, rich people always need poor people. So in other countries, they have a caste system. They have the royalty, the nobility, and then they have the poor people. It's always been like that. So the United States has this facade that it's democracy, but actually what it is, the rich run the government, and the government write laws to lock up poor people. So that's why it's called Prison Industry Authority. So the odds are against you youngsters, man, who are perpetuating this gangster lifestyle, this drug dealing lifestyle, this pimping and pandering. You want to be a mugger and a jacker. You watch all these movies and stuff, Paid in Full and Dead Presidents and all this stuff. You know, what was that one called? The one about the UPS dude, man. One night, over air or something. Air or something. Dang, dude. Anyway, it's about this this black dude. He delivered the wrong package from this Mexican dude. He's supposed to deliver to Puerto Ricans. He delivers to some black dudes, man. And then there's a war, man. I don't know if it's called Overnight Air or Next Day Air. I think it's called Next Day Air. But you watch all these movies and you get overnight success from robbing people and selling drugs. It's a one-way ticket to the penitentiary or death by life imprisonment in prison. Number 6 is, dude, the warden, bro. The warden is a corrupt sodomite, dude. Watch the movie Shawshank Redemption and Convict. There's a movie called Convict. Shout out to Jay, the Britain dude. He's a retired Muay Thai champion in Thailand. Me and my girlfriend Yoni had the pleasure of spending a couple of days with dude. He sends me a lot of British convict movies. He's been to prison in Britain, and he just telling me that this is savage over there too. There's another movie called Rise of a Foot Soldier and Locked Up. Yeah, watch that movie, Locked Up. It's a couple good. Oh yeah, Avengement. It's a couple good British movies. But you see, the warden is always portrayed as an evil sodomite. And like, oh, there's a movie called Midnight Express. Thanks to Drew Danger for turning me on to that. The warden sodomizes people. He's a sodomite, and just so you guys know, it's called the trickle down theory. The guys at the top dictate what's going on at the bottom. If you're not in an alliance with that, you're either fired or killed, or you're sodomized. So I just want you guys to know that. Number 5 is the assistant warden administration are satanic devil worshippers that make rules to keep you locked up. And I just want to be honest with you guys, like, because of my proclivity to do martial arts and to do bodybuilding, to build muscle, whether I did with the use of creatine or protein or eating good or taking steroids, or I never took growth hormone, but I'm just saying I have the ability when I really focus. It takes me about, I want to be honest with you guys, it takes me about a good 9 months of focus. I can transform my body even now. It's just I'm older, I get aches and pains, I need more recovery time. I'm taking care of my mom. But a good 9 months, dude, I can transform my body. I don't know if it's my discipline, my savagery, my barbarism, my dedication. I don't know, but I have that ability. But I just know that, the assistant warden administration, they're satanic devil worshippers that make rules that keep you locked up. And it's because of my proclivity to do martial arts and bodybuilding. My mind, I have something called OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, and my girlfriend Yoni will tell you, and other people that are close to me, dude, I'm like a robot. I do the same thing every day, same time, same place, same way. I can eat the same foods, do the same workout, sleep the same time, get up the same time. I'm strange like that. People that meet me call me eccentric, but it works for me. That's why I've been successful. How does that apply to this rule? Number 5. When I was in prison, dude, like the assistant warden and administration, dude, they would make up these rules to keep you locked up in prison. I'll give you an example. You guys all know I was a loner when I first started my channel. It's called the Lone Wolf University. I walked the yard by myself. I'd have to lift weights with other cars and stuff like that. I ate by myself in the chow hall. You know, I'd have to sit, but I didn't click up with anybody, and so I was a target. And so then I'm protecting myself from the booty bandits, the booty warriors, even dudes just trying to extort me. Because one thing I learned in prison, you know, if you give a person an inch, they're gonna give you all the inches. The real saying is if you give a person an inch, they take a mile. But I'm trying to give you some levity and be funny. So man, any test somebody gave me, hey my man, where you from? Hey Vato, what you represent? Hey man, you gonna eat your bacon? Hey man, can you get me some stuff at the store? Anything a person said to me, and I didn't know anybody, I only knew a handful of people, I'd break them off. So then I'm in the shoe program. Here comes the assistant warden administration. So, Mr. OG Silverback, can you tell us what transpired? Well, why don't you go fuck your grandmother? Because you already know there's cameras all over the motherfucking place. You done seen my jacket. Motherfuckers fucking with me. I'm the wrong one. Oh, give him 90 more days in the shoe. Yeah, while you're at it, dig up your dead grandmama and butt fuck her. Give him another 90 days. They didn't know. They just told me a favor. But what I'm saying, the rules, the administration watch these prison movies, especially avengement. In maximum security prison, when you look to protect yourself, dude, and you break a dude off, bro, they give you more time, and then they take away your good time program, and they want you to become a snitch, dude. And if you don't, they got rules and policies and regulations to keep adding more time. So what I did, dude, I used the stoic method of like playing chess. I had a strategy. So whenever I broke a dude off, I broke him off so properly, so graphically, so much horror, like making dudes' bones come out of their skin, knocking their jaw to the other side of their face, taking a knife, man, and stabbing their eyeball out. Just crazy stuff, bro. So that then when I was at that prison, people was like, even the shot callers, I just want to address this to the youngsters, like, oh, gee, you wasn't doing all that, man. You ain't do, man, you capping. Okay, my man, you got to understand something about gang members and shot callers, man. Gang members are just torpedoes that follow orders and follow instructions. If they see another torpedo get imploded and just destroyed, they will PC up. I had so many people PC up because the gang member, the shot caller was like, hey, man, Bobby Sue couldn't do it. Now you go do it. Dude looks over at them and looks at me, and he PC up. So then the few occasions when I found out who the shot caller was, I told the shot caller to his face, hey, my man, all this you sending torpedoes toward me and everything, I don't bother nobody, and then nobody gonna bother me. I got so much time before the time stop counting. So if I can't live in peace, I'd rather die in a blaze of glory, and I'm gonna take your bitch ass with me. And what's interesting about maximum security prison, which you youngsters don't understand, everything is a stage, dude. Everybody's trying to be the top dog, the top key holder, the top power broker, and it comes down to political affiliations and your reputation. So you had a non-affiliated dude talking to the shot caller, and you tell him, dude, I'd rather live free or die hard, and I'm gonna take your bitch ass with me. And the shot caller backs down. I'm not saying you got to pass, but everybody on the yard knows, like, hey man, this dude stands on business, and he ain't like Tiny. I mean, he ain't like, what's T.I.'s son name? The dude with the big pink lips, the little gay looking dude, the little short dude who's always getting in trouble when he go to prison. They're gonna split his little pink butt open. I forget his name, King, I think it's like that. His name's gonna be Queen. But they look at you like, man, this dude stands on business, man, and everybody like, they give you the respect that's deemed to you, so they don't allow the shot caller to gang up on you or send torpedoes because he got punked. That's how it was in the 90s. I don't know about now. So now that leads into number 4. Free staff and medical staff are demonic sodomites. No, they're sadomasochists, dude, who enjoy getting you in trouble and watching you suffer. There's been many times the nurses, made false reports on me, dude, because I broke a dude off. One time a dude tried to stab me, got cut right here. I had to go get sutures, and the lady didn't give me enough Novocaine or painkiller. And I told her, like, what the fuck's wrong with you, man? Like, you need to, you know what I mean? So she said I made terrorist threats to her, or I scared her or whatever. And they gave me a time in the shoe and took my program away, all that kind of stuff. So I'm just saying, the free staff, even the kitchen staff, they're sadomasochists. They just like getting you in trouble, so you gotta walk on eggshells. Here's number 3, the correctional staff. From the captain down to officers, they're all corrupt drug dealers and smugglers. So I want to share this with you youngsters, you young boys who go into prison, you think you're tough. See, here's the whole thing, man. You got to become beholden to the correctional officers, the captains, lieutenants, sergeants. They're the ones that bring in all the drugs and the cell phones and the weapons, dude. Come on, you got to think about, how do inmates get bone crushers and big knives and stuff and the cell phones and big amounts of drugs. Yeah, you hear these fairy tales of their girlfriends bringing it in and their homeboys bringing it in. Man, that's a fairy tale, dude. The correctional officers have to be in on it, or the stuff's not going to come in. And most of the time, they bring in most of it. So they're just corrupt drug dealers and smugglers, bro. Number 2, shot callers and key holders are all perverted loser drug addicts whose lives are trash. So you look up to these shot callers. You watch the movie Shot Caller and Glass House and all this stuff. These cats are just drug addicts, man, losers. Their life's messed off. They got life in prison. They ain't never getting out. So they see a new booty like you, a fresh dude coming your first time. They want your life to be messed off. They want you to do life in prison with them so you can be their butt buddy. So don't fall for the hype, man. Learn to stand up for yourself and see behind the veil. If you need to understand what seeing behind the veil is, look at the movie Wizard of Oz, the original one. There's just some little white dude. He had this big monster that he was controlling. But he was just a puppet. He was just a puppet master. But he was just a little scary white dude. And here's number 1, man. Of the most dangerous things in maximum security prison nobody tells young boys about. It's your people and your homies, dude. They're the first ones to prey on you to get your fresh cheeks, bro. First, they try the nice, easy way. And if you don't cooperate, they resort to threats and violence. And then they allow the bandits to violate your cheeks and pass you around. So if you guys like the realness and rawness of the channel, man, thumbs up the video, man, and leave a comment for the algorithm. Most importantly, man, subscribe to the channel. I see that half of you guys that are on here making comments aren't subscribed. So I help the channel grow. I'm trying to get up to 100,000 subs by the end of the year so I can reach more people. And that can counteract what these other prison channels are doing, glorifying this way of life that just leads you to hell, dude. Hell on earth, man. So until next time, OG Silverback out.